welcome to another episode of Glebe TV. This time we're going to be talking about real Christmas trees. They're all in stock, as you can see, it's that time of year. There's a lot to get through, so let's start by saying all our trees are UK grown. They're all grown in the valleys of Wales, so they're all been cut very recently and they're all very fresh. So let's get on and we'll start talking about the different varieties and the differences between them. Okay, let's start with this tree here, which is the most popular tree we sell, which is a Norway Spruce. The reason it's the most popular tree is because it's a non-needle drop variety, and that means it holds onto its needles a lot longer. This is because generally that's how this tree is, that's the variety of it, and also because the needles on this are a lot fleshier and meatier than your traditional Christmas trees. They tend to stay onto the branches a lot longer. This tree tends to be dead wide and bushy at the bottom and goes up to this nice looking crown at the top. Yeah, it's a really nice tree and smells quite pleasant as well. Okay, now we've got the Fraser Fir Christmas tree. Again, a non-needle drop variety for the same reasons as the Nordman's, really fleshy needles. This tree tends to be much narrower at the bottom and kind of carries on in the same shape all the way to the top, so a much fuller sort of crown at the top. Very good if you've got like a narrow space for your Christmas tree in your home, ideal for that. Also the nicest smelling Christmas tree, smells really, really nice, and you'll get that smell in your house every morning. And finally, the Norway Spruce, which is the traditional Christmas tree as favoured by the Victorians. Now, this is not a non-needle drop variety, and these take more looking after during the Christmas period to make sure the needles don't all drop off. Then again, a good smelling Christmas tree, but also very prickly, so if you're thinking about buying one of these, better bring some gloves while you're handling it. Yeah, your traditional Christmas tree. Okay, so as you saw by the pictures there, we've only got quality Christmas trees. They're all really nice and they're all really fresh, and as I said before, they're all UK grown. So now I'm going to talk about a few of the extra things we'll do for you at Glebe Garden Centre, all for free, just because we like giving you awesome service. And the first and most obvious thing we do is we net all Christmas trees. When you come here and look at our Christmas trees, you'll see that we've taken the nets off everything, so you can pull them out and have a proper good look at them. Some places just keep them in the nets, and then you can't really tell what your Christmas tree looks like until you get home. But at Glebe, we take all the nets off, and then as soon as you've chosen your tree, we'll net it for you. If you want us to, we can carry it to the car for you, and we'll also saw a bit off the bottom for you. We'll talk about why you'd want us to do that in a second in the next bit. But yeah, we'll saw that off for you, and we'll even help you pick your tree. If you want us to go around and help pull them out and hold them so you can stand back and have a look at it, etc., and give it a bit of a twirl, we're happy to do all that for you. It's not a problem. Just ask any member of the team. Okay, let's talk about Christmas tree bases. Here are the two different sorts that we sell. The most important thing with a Christmas tree base is to make sure that it holds water. We'll talk about why in the next segment. All our Christmas tree bases have got big bucket bits where you screw the tree in, and that's where you can pour water once the tree's in there. Now, there are a lot of different Christmas tree bases on the market, and here at Glebe we only sell metal ones, and we do that because we feel they're the best. You can get wooden ones and also plastic ones, which are good for a season, but the problem with plastic ones especially is most people will store them in the roof during the rest of the year, and they tend to go brittle, and then when you get them out next year they just fall to bits and breaks. You have to buy another one. So over the years we've kind of found out that metal ones work the best and last the longest, and that's why they're the only ones we sell. The only thing to think about when you're buying your Christmas tree base, other than do you like the look and the colour of it, is how big is that, because you've got to remember that has got to hold your Christmas tree trunk and some water. We'll talk about why in the next bit. Right, let's talk about aftercare for your tree once you've got it home. And the first thing to say is when you do get it home, if you're not ready to put it out in the home yet, you can put it in the Christmas tree base and leave it in either the garage or the garden, and it'll be fine there, and then you can just bring it in whenever you're ready. Another tip is leave the netting on until you've got it inside, so it'll make it a lot easier to handle through the house while you've got the net on, and you can just take it off. As we were saying earlier about bases and also sawing the bottom off your Christmas tree, the reason we do that is because when the tree is cut at the nursery and it's sawn off from its root, the tree will try and seal that wound up and heal itself, and we don't want that to happen. So what we do, we make a fresh cut, so then the Christmas tree will soak up water easier and keep it fresher and smelling nice for a lot longer and last longer. And that's what we were saying earlier with the Christmas tree base. It's important that your base holds a lot of water, and depending on the size of your Christmas tree, it can drink up to a pint of water a day. That's a great job for the kids, just to keep an eye on the Christmas tree every morning and keep it topped up with water. Another thing to say about Christmas trees, which is particularly important for the Norway Spruce variety, is don't put your Christmas tree next to a heat source like a radiator or an open fire, because this, for the same reasons, will dry your Christmas tree out a lot quicker, and you'll find that you'll get needles dropping on the floor. So if the radiator's on this side of the room, try and put your tree on the other side of the room. Christmas trees like cold, it's more suitable for them, it's more like outside. Okay, so that is a brief summary of everything you need to know about Christmas trees. If you go onto our website, there's a lot more information on there and a lot more depth. We sell quality Christmas trees that are all UK grown, so if you want one of those, we're the place to come. Thank you for listening. See you next time.